They came from all over, fishermen, descending on the docks of Southwest Florida, lured by the discovery of pink gold.
Pink gold discovery in Florida.
They became shrimpers, seeking their fortunes on deck and open water, and away from their families for weeks at a time.
I'm going to be out on this boat. It better be good to make it worth my while.
And the risks paid off. They struck gold, pink gold.
It wasn't work, it was such an adrenaline rush that when you found them, you just knew you hit the jackpot at the casino.
I call them the cowboys of the sea. They're just very, very independent.
The pink gold rush was on, and for 2 decades, these hardy shrimpers did hard work and reaped the rewards.
It's in my blood.
Then it all started to change.
It was the beginning of the end. The fleet downsized just like that.
Only the most dedicated remained working on the docks and trawlers of Fort Myers Beach.
They love shrimping. They love the whole fishing scene. I mean, you have to love it. If you don't really love it, you don't stay in it.
Today, a stone's throw from a top tourist beach destination, the historic shrimp fleet has dramatically dwindled.
We probably got about 40 working boats in this harbor now compared to 200.
Threats continue to come in from all sides: developers, the environment, government laws, and especially competing shrimp farms. Can the shrimpers of one of America's last true working waterfronts survive? Or will this be the end of the pink gold rush?
Hey, look at all them shrimp.
If the full moon shines bright, there'll be no shrimp tonight. But if clouds ride until dawn, pink gold rushes on.
Well, this is commonly called the Florida pink shrimp. And unlike the shrimp caught on the Atlantic coast or along the Texas coast, we call it Texas brownies, and shrimp along the Atlantic coast from St. Augustine through the Carolinas is a different species of shrimp.
It was a nighttime shrimp versus everything else in the Gulf was caught during the day.
And how these shrimp were discovered is a part of the story.
In 1949, newspaper headlines as far away as New York spread the word of the accidental discovery of pink gold.
As I recall, the newspaper article, and I got to know him personally, was a man by the name of Felix Salvador. He was a shrimp boat operator in Fernandina Beach and St. Augustine. And when the shrimp were going scarcer along the Atlantic coast, he took a little courage and he had to go around Key West, past the Tortugas. They were fishing down there and they probably worked for a week or so, but they were dragging the tri-net during the daylight hours. Felix told me one night in the evening, it was starting to get dark, they went to pull the tri-net up again, but there was some difficulty with the winch, so they dragged about 45 minutes in the darkness hours. They pulled the net up, and lo and behold, a tri-net with maybe 50 or 60 shrimp. And that indeed was the climax of the discovery.
Shrimp boats is a-comin', their sails are inside. Shrimp boats is a-comin', there's dancing tonight. Why don't you hurry, hurry, hurry home? Why don't you hurry, hurry, hurry home? Look here, the shrimp boats is a-comin'.
And it did start a little bit after World War II. So it was actually the newer of the shrimp being caught.
5 years later, in 1954, productive shrimp grounds were discovered closer to port near Sanibel Island.
We were making money with the pink shrimp. In the early days when there was a lot of production, it was called pink gold.
My father always said, if I need any money, just go offshore and make a withdrawal, and that's kind of what it was.
To us, it was like pink gold was suddenly found, and the shrimp were pink in color. They were the Florida pink shrimp. And again, to my opinion, they are the best tasting shrimp. They're purest in taste.
My dad would go at 4 o'clock in the morning down to the shrimp docks get the shrimp right off the boat, bring it here, and they would serve that shrimp that day. That was how fresh that shrimp was.
Would spend hours standing on the docks waiting for a particular boat to come in.
There were people that came actually by helicopter to have this shrimp. They got the memo that this was like the best shrimp that you could buy.